Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our home game against Zaragoza, followed by an away game in the Champions League against Benfica. In terms of our recent form, we have been outstanding since you were last with us for the game against Pamplona and Liverpool. We've won 5-2 against Alaves, 5-1 against Granada. The Fenerbahce game was a bit of an anomaly. We drew 0-0 with them, but we absolutely dominated that game. And it was a really odd one. We just couldn't seem to find a finish. 26 attempts at goal with 8 of them on target. And like I say, we had a goal disallowed early on, but we just couldn't get a goal. Ramos rated a 6.2 in that game. It's a bit harsh on him, really. But we just couldn't get that finish. It was a very strange one. But we did follow it up with good results against Valencia at 2-0 and Sevilla by 4 goals to 1. Incidentally, after those games against Pamplona and Liverpool, Ramos got a hat-trick against Alaves as well. So 4 hat-tricks in a row, and then he went off the boil a little bit, but he has returned to scoring form with a hat-trick against Sevilla. He may miss this game against Zaragoza due to injury. Ramalhet still isn't fully fit either, so Jan Low is going to start up front today, and Gonzalez is out injured as well. We're struggling with our forward players a little bit, but as you can see, it is still quite a strong lineup. We've got Headley in goal, Molina, Achabar, Scalvini, and Echeverria at the back. Federico Gonzalez, Pedri, and Varelst in midfield, with Saglin, Benny, and Balde, and Lowe as our front three. In terms of extra striking options, Ramalhet is on the bench, but he isn't at all fully fit. He shouldn't really be on the bench, in my opinion. In fact, we'll take him off so that we're not even tempted to use him. Um, so in terms of actual striking options, we've got Charles de Ketelaere, who we have transfer listed. He hasn't really been featuring too much this season, and as good as he was last season in that attacking midfield role, he hasn't had much of a look in this season, and I think it's probably just right for us to cash in on him at this point. He's 30, he's coming up to 33 years of age. He's still a very good player, but he's just starting to not feature quite as much in our plans. So I think it's wise for us to get some money for him, and we need to start trying to focus on these youngsters that are coming through the academy, I think, as well. But going into this game against Zaragoza, form is really good. We're scoring plenty of goals, and hopefully that will continue today, despite the fact that Ramos, who has been scoring goals for fun for the most part, is missing in action. Seglin Benny with the ball toward the far post. It's cleared away. Achabar picks it up though into the penalty. That is a lovely finish from the defender. He picked it up, managed to get around the opposition defender and slotted it into the bottom corner. 5 minutes in, and we have our lead. Seglin Benny took the free kick. It was aimed toward Achabar and Scalvini. Varels picked it up, found Scalvini, who laid it off, and he just took it round the number 8 there and slotted it straight into the bottom corner. Really, really nice finish from the defender. Finishing like a striker, it would appear. And plenty of possession in our favour. Not too many attempts at goal at the moment, but obviously our main striking options are missing in action at the moment. Hopefully they will be back soon. Balde with a delivery into the penalty area toward the far post, and it's a cross of Woodwork and goalkeeper that's managed to keep that one out. But we're looking dangerous from these set pieces. Seglin Benny here with a corner. Whips it in again toward the far post, and there is the goal. It's Giorgio Scalvini. It's his first goal for the club, and that was a very dominant header at the far post. 2 goals to the good, 15 minutes gone, and our good form certainly looks set to continue here. Excellent, excellent finish, and things certainly seem to be looking up. We're currently sat top of La Liga as well. And considering the start that we had, obviously since we've changed formation, we've just scored a lot of goals and we've really started to progress now. Hopefully that will continue. Certainly positive signs. Molina into Pedri. Moving inside. Pedri, brilliant run from him, but the strike is erratic and over the crossbar. So 25 minutes gone, just approaching the half an hour. You can see the number of chances we create now per game is absolutely fantastic. But we are a little bit lacking defensively on occasion, but it is something that we've certainly improved on, if nothing else. Here is Balde, moving forward through the centre of the pitch, switches the play to the left-hand side for Saglimbeni. Tries to play it in, Federico Gonzalez. It's taken a deflection, there is Varels, and it's cleared by the goalkeeper Antonio, and Bogard knocks it out for a throw-in. And I think at the moment, to be honest, Zaragoza are looking to just be 2-0 down. Varels, incidentally, since becoming captain, he has improved. He has come on leaps and bounds. He's a 4.5-star rated player now in that central midfield. He has been outstanding so far this season. Incidentally, Jan Lowe's had quite a quiet game so far. Hopefully he can get into the game a little bit more as it goes on. Here he is now. Loses out to Bogard though. And Francho looking for Pettersson. And Pedro managed to get in on there. And Balde with the strike. It's just clipped the post. Very unlucky from him. It was a very well worked move. But it remains 2-0 as we approach half time now. Certainly reasons to be positive. Our 2 goals from both of our centre backs, which is a novelty, isn't it? Yeah, we want to get more shots in, that is for sure. We want to continue doing what we're doing. Incidentally, Real Madrid were an earlier kick-off. They won by 2-0 at home to Espanyol. So in my mind, for goal difference side of things, we want to match or beat their results at the moment. So if we can continue doing what we're doing, then there's no reason why we can't continue to press for a title this season. An hour has now passed. Lack of highlights in the second half. It's a little bit of a concern. We are going to make some changes. We haven't got the striking options, unfortunately. Echeverria's on a yellow card. We will take him off. And we'll bring Mikel Pradera on. Bringing these youngsters on certainly helping with their development as well. Jan Lowe really struggled today, really. We're going to bring Charles de Ketelaere on for a rare opportunity for him. Incidentally, Balde has had a decent game and he's not struggling too much fitness-wise either, which is good to see. I think, to be quite honest, we'll just leave it at that for now. We'll get some of the youngsters on toward the end of the game, I think. But for now, the 2 substitutions will do us. And as you can see, Zaragoza are growing into it a little bit in this second half, but for the most part, they've not really offered a lot. Scalvini's just started to struggle. He's got a goal and an assist. Very odd where the central defenders are concerned. We're now starting to struggle with fitness with both of our centre-backs, actually, as well as a couple of midfielders. We're going into the last 10 minutes. We are going to bring on a couple of them youngsters in central midfield now. Sabata can come on. And Sanjak can come on as well. We'll just switch those 2 round. And then Balde's struggling a little bit, but we haven't really got any options out wide at the moment either, because our strikers are also our wingers, so it's a little bit of a struggle where that's concerned. And I think we'll just bring Eloy Gelmer on for Scalvini just to finish the game off. And I think that's going to be that now. At 2-0, very comfortable result. Not quite the free scoring side we were a couple of games ago, but we're certainly proving that we have got authority this season. And it makes a nice change, to be honest. After the last 2 seasons, we have struggled a bit. Pradera here into Sanjak, looking down the line, but Medina intercepted well. Molina doing really well there with the interception. Finds Balde, chance to play it into the penalty area. Medina does block it, and he looks to clear. Pradera's just sticking with his man on that right hand side. That was a long name. I tried to pronounce it quickly and couldn't quite get onto it. Gelmer missed the header there, but it doesn't matter. Archibar's there to mop it up. Gelmer into Sanjak. What a ball that is from the young midfielder. Saglin Bennett on this left hand side. Chance to play it into the penalty area. Still making the move. Federico Gonzalez into Sanjak. He strikes it from distance, and as he did in one of the previous games, he smashes it off the crossbar. And I think these youngsters are settling in reasonably well. They need that game time, obviously, but that... Yes, there's no ratings for them because they've not played long enough in the game, but they've been solid enough. We've kept a clean sheet, a 2-0 win, really good performance. And we go into a much tougher game next against Benfica. Ramalho, I don't think he's going to be fit enough for the game against his former club, but we'll have to wait and see. I do want to get him game time. He's a really, really good player. In this new system, I think he'll certainly work out a lot better, but we'll have to wait and see. And as you can see by the league table, we've played the same amount of games as the teams below us, if not less than some of them, and we're 2 points clear now of Real Madrid and Villarreal. Positive signs here. It's probably the first time we've looked convincing as well in going ahead atop of a league. Fingers crossed we can continue. Madrid and Villarreal are both unbeaten as well, so it is going to come down to the wire, I think, as the season goes on. We've got a couple of days to get through just to get to the Benfica game, so we'll just get through those and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can continue this run of form and get another win in the Champions League after that Liverpool game. The draw against Fenerbahce was unfortunate, but let's hopefully get back to winning ways and press for that top 8 finish. Okay, here we go for the game away at Benfica. It's going to be a really tough game. They've got some top class players here, and we've managed to take one of them off them, but one or two of the defenders are quality, same as midfield and their main striker. Like I say, we did have him from them earlier in the season. Unfortunately, fitness-wise, he's still somewhat short. Ramos is also short on fitness as well, so we are going to struggle today. Tobias Gonzalez is still injured as well. So De Ketelaere gets a rare start up front. Um, we're just going to have to hope for the best. We are very creative at the moment. Fingers crossed we can continue to do so. Any away game in Portugal is always tough. We've proved that many a time. We've seen it in real terms with Porto away, Benfica and Lisbon. I know Manchester City in real life have struggled away in Portugal beforehand. And in game, we've struggled against Porto a couple of times. And here we go against Benfica, who are managed, by the way, by Sean Dyche, apparently. What a strange one that is. They've got some player names that I do recognise there, actually. So, here we go. Let's see if we can get a good result. We need a good result, to be honest, after we've had one loss, one win and one draw so far in the Champions League. We deserve to win the game against Fenerbahce. The Arsenal game I'd rather not mention again. And obviously the win against Liverpool was phenomenal. Hopefully we can get a good result here away at Benfica. Poor pass from Olsen though, and the interception is made with Guklu moving forward to Silva. Plays it into Qual. Heddle with the save, and Otto tries to clear. Heddle played it back to Heddle. De Ketelaere won the header but found no player in a Barcelona shirt. And here is Guklu again into Diop. Chance again for Benfica, but the strike is absolutely shocking. And early on, Benfica certainly the creative force. Diop again with the ball into the penalty area. We're trying to get it away, but De Ketelaere is better as an attacking midfielder. We haven't really got that focal point up front without Ramos and Ramalho, of course. Even Tobias Gonzalez would be a decent focal point, but we just haven't got them striking options right now. And Qual free in the penalty area there, right in the middle, but Heddle was quick to close him down, luckily. Fontana loses out to Pedri, now Saglimbene. Lovely switch of play, and here is Lowe. Good opportunity, and he should have hit the target, really. And certainly the best chance we've had so far. Currently sat in 19th place in the table. We need top 24, of course, to get into a playoff, but I'd rather us just get in the top 8. We need to win games. And we need to prove our credentials a bit more, I think, in the Champions League. We've been poor these last 2 seasons. We need to really push on and hopefully get some good results going forward. Here is Morato into Quo. Here's Guklu completely free again. And Heddle manages to catch it well, but Otto and Olsen. Otto's been okay, but Olsen doesn't look massively convincing. He's a bit suspect at times, Olsen. He was the same last season, but he is still quite young. He's only 23, I think. He has got time to improve, but at the same time, how much time do we give him with Barcelona? We've got to be really strict in these situations, but he manages to clear it well there and find Saglimbene. into De Ketelaere, who drops deep. Federico Gonzalez into Balde. Chance for him to run forward down this left-hand side. He gets closed down, but finds Federico Gonzalez into Saglin-Benner, and there is De Ketelaere, and we are in front. What was I saying about De Ketelaere not being a good focal point? There's a hint of offside. I think he was on. I think the goal should stand. And it does. He's not the focal point that we're used to, that is for sure. He's not an out-and-out striker, but he did really well there to make the finish. And Saglin-Benny with another assist to his name early in the campaign. And we've done very, very well to get in front, really, considering how well Benfica have played so far. Overall, it's quite an even game. We've had a lot of possession, though, and we need to just start using it that bit more. Not been quite as convincing with our chance creation today, but like I say, we haven't got the striking options that we normally have. Here is Balde, though, into Olsen. Echeverria picks it up, finds Saglin-Benny, into Olsen again. Fontana manages to clear, and Nuno Silva is charging down this left-hand side into Qual now. Plays it forward into Guklu, and that is a lovely finish, really, from the striker for Benfica. Really, really good finish. I don't think he was offside. It should stand, that one. And it does. Very, very good finish from the Benfica man. And it remains one apiece now. Here they come again. Diogo Spencer. Good interception by Echeverria, but low. Not quick enough at releasing the ball. And Akinyemi looking for Guklu again. And he's hit the inside of the post. Also manages to clear. And again, defensively, we're not looking strong here. I think Achabar and Scalvini will probably be needed in this second half. Here's Andre Gomez with the delivery forward. Nuno Silva challenging Echeverria, who was under no pressure at all in the end, but couldn't find another Barcelona shirt. And here come Benfica again. Also manages to clear, but there's no one there to support as Benfica pick it up and look to try and move it back into our half. Fonseca moving forward into Diop. Under pressure by Balde. Diop plays it inside. Saglin-Benny intercepts. Echeverria into Pedri, who's taken a knock, I might add. And again, not releasing the ball quickly enough. Here's Gohadani into Nuno Silva. And there is the lead for Benfica. It's been coming. Defensively, we've not looked great. And we've not been as quick on the ball as we have been in previous games. Once again, the Champions League is proving to be an Achilles heel for us. We just can't get to grips with Europe at all. And obviously we haven't got that focal point majorly. As I was saying up front, De Ketelaere's got his goal, but we need to be better in this second half. And I think, to be honest, Pedri's going to have to come off. He's really struggling. And we're going to bring Caminata on for him. And we're going to switch him and Gonzalez round. Olsen, we're going to take off as well. He has been poor today. Achabar is going to come on at centre-back. We're going to switch him and Otto around as well. And Balde is struggling for fitness. We're going to bring Molina on for him. And for now, we're going to have to just leave it at that, I think. I can't be making all the substitutions at half-time, but Olsen was definitely a weak link in there. Achabar comes on. And Pedri with the knock, so Caminata's on as well. Here's Diogo Spencer, though, into Fonseca. Guklu into Akinyemi. And again, we're just not closing down quick enough. Molina's missed his tackle. And Guklu, what a quick reaction from him. Lofted it over the goalkeeper. Luckily for us, it's gone just wide, but our defence doesn't seem to be awake in this game. We're gonna, you know what? I think we are. We're gonna demand more because we've been quite poor here. And Nuno Silva's charging again into Gohadani. Echeverria manages to block the first time, but it's come back for Diogo Spencer into Qual, and Heddle saves. We really need to pick it up. Gonzalez and Varela are now struggling for fitness, as is Echeverria and Saglin-Benny. We haven't really got the options. We're going to make some changes. I mean, De Ketelaere, we're going to get Gonçalo Ramos on. He's had a little knock recently, but we're going to have to get him on. And I'm going to take a risk, and we're going to get Sabater on in central midfield as well. And just hope for the best. We need a result here. We really do. We're going to fire the boys up as well. Here is Vinicius Tobias. Gonçalo Ramos, of course, formerly of Benfica. Here is Morato. Yanlo almost making the interception, but it's through to Diogo Spencer. We're just second to everything in this match. Here is Qual, Akinyemi. They've got 6 going forward here. Here's Guklu, and there's the third. And it's been coming. And once again, our European aspirations are taking a big, big hit. Which is strange because, like I say, our form's so good at the moment. We're winning games comfortably as well. Saglin Benny with the delivery to the far post. And it's been bundled in by Achabar. We're straight back in it from the set piece. It was a bit of a messy one at the far post. Achabar won the header. The keeper saved twice, and then he managed to bundle it in. But we've really got to pick it up. Can we equalise? Can we get something from this game? We don't deserve it, I'll be honest. But we are just starting to turn the screw a little bit. But have we got enough time? I don't think we do. We're going to encourage them for the last 10 minutes. Can we get a result? A draw away in Portugal is a good result. But we need to be winning these games if we want to have any chance in the Champions League. And at the minute, it's not looking good. It's another Champions League defeat. We are getting used to it, aren't we? That is for sure. Don't get me wrong, Benfica have got some good players and they are a good side. Let's just have a look at this player that they've got, that Guklu. So he scored twice against us. He's on loan from Bayern Munich and his finishing is shocking. But overall, he's a really good player. And not a good performance. Again, European exploits are really making us suffer. And the problem is, I don't want it to affect the league form because it's done that the last 2 seasons. We've ended up struggling. And at the moment, because of those 2 defeats, we're actually out of the top 24 places. We need to win our last 3 or 4 games here just to stay in it. But saying that, we sat on 4 points and the teams that are in the top 8 are on 7 points. So it's still quite close. But I mean, we don't really have our strikers available either. So looking at the schedule, I mean, we've got Lyon, the French side, Rennes, the French side, Shakhtar and Red Bull Salzburg. 3 of the 4 games are at home. Hopefully, it can work in our favour, but we'll have to wait and see. In terms of the games that we're going to come back for, we're going to do Levante and Rennes away, I think, at the start of December. I think that's probably a good place to be. And then it'll probably be a Catalan derby and Red Bull Salzburg in January, I think, after that. Well, saying that, you got Real Madrid there as well. Probably Salzburg and Real Madrid, in fact, at the end of January. So there's going to be plenty to get through. But we've got Levante and Rennes next up. And fingers crossed we can get a good result against Lyon. And hopefully continue our league form with the likes of Villareal, Athletico and Bilbao in our coming matches. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.